But first, Tom's hanging out at a very special place over on Commercial Street today.
That's right. Tom, how's it going over at the Peddler's Bicycle Museum?
It is going amazingly well. It's everything that I really hoped it would be here. Now, I'm going to ask you a question now. You don't have to answer me now, but see if you can guess. Don't look it up on Google or anything like that. But what do you think is the land speed record on a bicycle? Okay? So see if you can come up with that. I'll ask you at the end. This is Mr. James Allen, and of course we're at Peddler's Bicycle Museum, right on Commercial Street. It's right across where they have the farmers market. And first of all, thanks for inviting me in. This is an incredible, you have bicycles from so many eras, plus you have the stories behind the bicycles. This really is a great walk through history, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is. And bicycles are one of the main transportation all over the world when it comes down to it.
Absolutely. What got you into doing this? Because I think, it seems like a labor of love, a personal collector, and then you decided to share it with everybody.
Yeah, well, I just went to the swap meet one day and I bought a 1937 ladies bike. And then after that, I come up with a high wheel bicycle, and it just went from there.
Yeah, and just so you know, years ago, and we're talking how many years ago, he came to the station, to Channel 10. He actually let me get on one of these bikes, and I'll point out what type of bike it was in just a little bit. That's been quite a while ago.
24 years ago.
24 years ago, just so you know. Now, let's talk a little bit about the bikes. Right in behind us here, these are, I've heard the name bone shakers and things like that. That's what these types of bikes were.
Yeah, this is a Draisine, 1817 Draisine, made in Germany for the German surveyors. They could get travel 10 foot per one step. So there's very few of these. I loaned this to the Henry Ford Museum for a couple years because they didn't have one.
Yeah.
But that's the oldest bike, 1817. And then this was they called it a bone shaker, the family did.
Yeah.
But it's actually a velocipede. It's still a lot of wood, but they put pedals on the front wheel.
Not a lot of give in those bikes.
Not a lot of give.
Plus, you've got the pedals on the front wheel here, but these didn't, as you saw from the first one, the Draisine, you basically ran, and you just had wheels that kind of carried you a little farther than your running would.
Yes, you just kept up with it.
Yes,
you got it going.
You hung on. Let's move this way a little bit, because these are, you've got the velocipede here, but now we're starting to get into these things. This one here is one people seem to know a lot, the penny farthing.
This is the ordinary high wheel bicycle in England. In Europe, it was called a penny farthing, Australia, and a big front wheel, a little rear wheel. But this is 1870 in Europe, and then we brought it to the United States in 1876, and they quit making them in 1892. That was their life.
Right.
So, but in 1885, too many people were breaking their necks, hurting, having spine damage.
Going over the top.
End over end. So they invented the Eagle. And with the Eagle, you wouldn't go head first, but they were hard to get on. Short people, heavy people, it was a big problem. So they wasn't real popular as far as being able to ride.
But the whole thing that people sometimes don't realize, these bikes could move. They were mass in motion.
They were fast if you wanted them to be. And downhill they get faster, whether you want them to or not.
And then it's another hang-on kind of deal.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Well, let's move down a little bit, because now we're getting into the two-wheelers and things that you kind of recognize the configuration.
Okay, 1892 they quit making the big wheel bike, and then 1888, 1889, they started making a normal sized bike with 30-inch wheels. And this is hard rubber tires.
Yeah.
And this is in 1890. And then by 1892, they started using one-piece air-up tires.
So you can blow them up,
You would glue them onto the wheel. And this is in 1892.
And there's another one right down here I wanted to point out to people. This is a unique bike because it's more than just a bicycle for riding. This had a purpose.
Yeah, this is 1894, made in Chicago, and it was called a giraffe because it was so tall. And this was a lamplighter bicycle. So the lamplighter, he would lean it up against the street light, climb up it like a ladder, get on the seat, and then he would take his lighter, light the street light, and that was his job. And this one was used in Manhattan and New York City.
Okay,
And he
how
would
many
just-
of these are left?
Well, there's only 3 that's known.
3.
One's in the island of Dubai, one's in England, this is the 3rd one.
That's it. These are some of the bikes that you can see here. And we're going to come back here in just a little bit and take a look at some of the other bikes that they have here. It's a museum right on Commercial Street, and I recommend it very highly, especially if you're a bike enthusiast. So we'll be back with that in just a little bit. Guys, did you figure out the number?
Okay, my guess,
Fastest bicycle?
yeah, my guess is 82 and his is
Mine was 52,
52.
so pretty drastically different there. What is the answer?
Okay, to your 82, to your 82, you need to add about 107 miles per hour.
what?
Oh
That's
my
the
gosh.
And guess what? It was set by a woman.
Well, of
It was
course.
set by a woman.
Of course
That's
it was.
amazing.
187.9 miles per hour,
Coached by a Springfield guy.
coached by a Springfield guy.
Springfield guy.
You
That's
heard that.
really
We'll be
awesome.
back in just a bit.
Thanks,
All
Tom.
right,
Back to you
thanks,
guys.
Tom.
How in